What is cracking, people? Let's get into today. A bit of a recap yesterday. I didn't take anything yesterday. AU borderline presents an entry, just a quick buy here. It just didn't tick one box for me. All we did is take that decisional like I wanted and then push up into this area here where we just kind of sold off. Like I said yesterday, I had a feeling we were going to sell. And it just comes down to the areas we're buying from make no sense. Absolutely no sense. So structurally, they're not sound, which means I'm just going to keep selling till I can kind of move through them. So coming in today, Euro, I'm working in this 15-minute structure here, really clean break, mitigation of decisional, and then it's kind of broken here. I don't have this as another decisional. It can be. If that's the case, we will just move away from this. It won't even need to come back up to this. What I kind of want to see is I'm okay selling off of the Asia highs, not something I like doing normally, but given the current structure, I'm open to it. What I would rather is to sell off of this high here, like that. So they're the two options, sell off of here or sell off of here. We've got about 40 minutes till London Open, so we'll have to see what we do kind of in this area. I don't really want to buy. I don't see buys as kind of valid in this area. If I jump down to a lower time frame now, as you can see, it's looking like we're just going to kind of push up into this area here. But yeah, I don't have this as a decisional, and that's kind of the only reason I can see this inducement not being enough. So we'll see. Like I said, I think the better sell area is from this high, but it is valid to sell off Asia highs and kind of work off of that. So yeah, that's the two options for EU coming today. GU, more or less the same type of approach. I'm working in this current range here. We've got an extreme that mitigated an extreme, and then this decisional here. I'm open to just kind of selling off of that, selling off of that, selling off of the take of that. Okay, if we can give some confirmations to buy, so maybe take this internal low and push up like this, I'll actually look to buy up towards it. Depending on what the liquidity builds up, it may not be an option, but I really don't mind buying up to the take of this. I do like the take of this point. Just given that we had created a 15-minute structure here, this is a medium inducement. You may get something like that, which is really clean. And then I'll basically be targeting this low down here. So sells from here, sells from here, or sells from here. They're the three options. And then obviously work in the opposite direction up to that. AUDUSD, like I said yesterday, kind of played out to a T. We filled this entire area, so I'm actually going to have that as my extreme. I don't see any of that in there as realistically valid. We took the retest of that break and then kind of pushed away. So what I'm looking today, we've come into this area of decisional. We've taken the more or less the retest of this break. Internal, I don't really have that as my decisional. That is such a nicer decisional. This is more just a demand to supply. So we've medium induced into the mitigation of that decisional, and now we're kind of getting their action down. I just don't have that as a good enough inducement, personally, for a decisional. So medium inducement into mitigation could be a break of structure. All we're looking for is this going to hold or is it not going to hold? So multiple options. If it's not going to hold, we can actually buy through it and sell here or sell here. Or what we can do is if it does hold, if we don't create a structure cycle in this direction, I am okay for a retracement buy to sell, okay? But I would say we're just going to keep selling. So it's either kind of sell here, sell here. I don't think, like if we don't go from this now, I don't think it'll hold. We did push very quickly into it, but like I said, we did medium induce into it. So could be enough. If we jump down to the 1 minute, kind of just confirming this area is a smart money trap now. Yeah, sell's already more or less kind of valid. Like that. Obviously, I'm not going to take it, but you can have a look and see what it does. I'm just going to leave it there. Look and see what it does before the session. But something like that makes sense to kind of sell down into this area. It may want to come and take another high to then do that. It's reacting off the 1 minute now, which did create an internal structure cycle here. I just more than see that as a break through here. So I would say we're kind of just going to sell off of that. And that's kind of all I see for today. Now the DXY, mitigation of this point, and now we're pushing again. In terms of this structure here, yesterday we reacted perfectly off the point that I wanted to kind of trade from. And then we've pushed up. We've now taken this decisional now, like that. It's disregarding it, so we more or less will probably come and feel some of this imbalance, which will mean probably buyers up to maybe this point here, or maybe to take this point. So the two options like that, which lines up with EU, GU, and AU. Okay, it's kind of disregarding. When you take a decisional, you don't have to then move away from it. I don't even like this as a decisional. I just see it as more or less a point to kind of react from. If anything, I think it's highly likely, because this is the point here, to come and take this. So that's my drawing liquidity today for the DXY, because that's kind of the area here. So I think buyers make sense up until this point, and then see what happens. Are we going to get that sell-off? We've got lots of liquidity. This point shouldn't hold, but we have medium induced into the mitigation, and now we're building that bullish structure to the upside. So I walked through that structure yesterday. If you haven't seen that, go and have a look. Actually explained it quite well. So yep, that's what I'm looking forward to coming today. We'll see how we go, and yeah, let's finish this week off strong.